Greetings, you guys. This is going to be our daily message. It's going to be brief. I don't have really much to channel or any messages specifically that wants to come out. So let's go ahead and get into it. The only really big thing that I'm getting is just to pray today. Spend a lot of, or any day really, but, make it a habit, a practice throughout your day to do that. I'm not perfect at it, but, it has to come from a sincere place, of course. That, and there's a lot of changes that's happening. You may feel like it's just kind of a flighty, kind of like floating in a void type energy, just kind of just there. Not a lot of highs or lows. And it's because there's a lot happening in another space where it's like there's a new energy that's being prepared and you're being lifted out of that old space which you are and coming into that. So it's like you can't really pull back into past places and situations and being and lifestyles. It's a shift. It's like pulling you out of those old places. You couldn't even go back if you wanted to. So it's like kind of propelling you to move forward. And I'm preparing a place. Not sure what scripture that is, but I'm hearing that. And it's a new paradigm, new energy that's being prepared, and you're being prepped for that space. The old is done away with. If you feel like the old ways and the old things are not working, it's kind of pushing you into a new space of innovation, really. Really just surrender. So in that place of surrender, in that place of, just being in a place of obedience to what the divine is doing and where you're at. That's why Spirit has been saying prayer a lot, and to go within. It's so that you can get the clarity that you need, the play-by-play from the source first and foremost. Also, in what ways can you innovate or prepare yourself? So it's a lot of just stillness, and maybe for some it kind of feels like going with emotions. If you're ungrounded, you might feel a little bit like going crazy a little bit, not feeling so good about what's going on, or you just don't have the clarity as to where you are right now. And that's why it's important to seek divine guidance from your source first. You have to, it's like, if you're not used to that, you got to take your training wheels off. A lot of us, in the collective, friends, family, and all of that, like, people are going to kind of pull themselves more inside of themselves, because you're not going to be able to get all of that guidance outside of yourself. As I've been saying, we are at a place where we really have to seek divine counsel within, straight from our source first. Yes, we'll have people to help us, but you can't lean on people anymore. So, rest assured you're in good hands. Only source, only the divine, only the Most High God can give you that clarity and comfort that you seek. Yes, we have divine helpers, but at the same time, it's really important to seek the divine solely at this time. Okay? So the scripture that came to mind, this is interesting. The scripture that I heard kind of goes along with what I was just picking up. So you have John 14:3. I'm going to read the King James version of the scripture. Some of you guys might be into decoding the Bible in a certain way. Like, I like to decode the Bible in like strange ways and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm going to read it. I would actually suggest kind of like reading that chapter John 14, so you kind of get an understanding of what's going on, why it's being said. But this is just what I was given. So if you feel led to do that, you most definitely can. Okay, so I'm actually going to read 14, 1 all the way through 3. So John 14 and 1 through 3, I'm going to read because I feel like it's significant. So I'm just going to read it. This is the story when Jesus comes to comfort his disciples. It says, "Do not let your hearts be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. My Father's house has many rooms," dimensions. "If that were not, would I have told you that I'm going there to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back and take you to be with me, and there you also may be where I am." It's interesting how Jesus worded it. Some people will, place Jesus as a Christ consciousness, which also makes sense in what's being said. The rooms are dimensions or the heavens. So I would love to sit here and break this down, but I don't really have too much time to do that. But there is a place being prepared for you energetically, and you have to seek the divine to get that comfort and clarity that you seek. When it comes to this entire place of your journey and where you're at within your journey, the old ways are done away with. They're dying off. So there is a promise of a gift, a new life. So that's pretty much the message. I hope that this resonated with whomever it's meant to resonate with, and you guys have a blessed weekend. Peace.